Did you see Inside Out this summer?
I didn't. My kiddos went, and they were bawling hysterically. So I was like, well, clearly I would be too if I went. No, I've seen the original. It is absolutely one of the best movies in the last 10 years. It's so well done.
I'm glad you said that. I agree with you. Thanks, Justin. It is a popular movie among not only children, but also adults. And we're not going to give away any spoilers, but in the movie, the main character, Riley, grows older and then is met with new emotions such as anxiety, envy, and embarrassment. This morning, we're taking a closer look at how those emotions can impact your children. Joining us to explain is an expert in emotional well-being and children's book author, Kimberly Snyder. Good morning. Thanks for joining me.
Good morning. Great to be here.
So when we talk about the movie Inside Out and we're looking at these new emotions such as anxiety, envy, and embarrassment, talk about how that translates to real life for our kids.
I'm so glad there's a lot more discussion around feelings, around emotions, because one thing that we're really learning and the science shows is that our physical well-being, our emotional, mental well-being, everything is so interconnected. And so if we really want our children to live lives that are healthy and they feel good about themselves and they have self-esteem, they need to not only understand that it's okay to have feelings, but they need to have actual tools of how to process these feelings. And there's a lot of science and tools that I share in my new children's book, which is also great for adults.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I mean, I think the wave of this mental health awareness is coming because we see adults who are having trouble regulating their emotions. You know, it really came to light during the pandemic, and now we're learning the importance of teaching kids how to regulate their emotions from a young age, and it will translate into them being healthier adults. So what is it in your book that helps kids understand how to deal with their emotions?
So easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
We can say to our child, calm down, or don't be angry, or share your toy, don't go into that tantrum. But it's what happens in our brain is that our amygdala has this emotional response. There's lots of triggers or things that they remember. Hey, my toy gets taken, I get angry. So what this book shows is a lot of new science. It's called Journey to the Heart, right? And what that means is we can journey internally from our mind, the brain in our head, to the brain in our heart. And a lot of people don't realize there actually is a brain in our heart that has 40,000 neurons. So we can start to teach our children to go to a different place, to break that pattern of going straight into anger, or once you're in that angry energy, or, you know, Lanky, who's based on my 8-year-old, by the way, in this book, he has all these different experiences with Chilla, who's based on our papa. And he feels these feelings, which we all feel, right? We want to teach our children, first of all, it's okay to feel these feelings. But then he's taught to go to his heart, which isn't just a nice sentimental thing. What it means when we go to our heart, when we journey to our heart, is we start to create different neural connections. We start to feel that we're not so identified with the feelings, so we can feel them, but there's a safe place in here. And as we start to connect more in here, we can start to digest those big feelings piece by piece, just like we would digest food. So this can happen in as little as 3 to 10 seconds. And this research is so amazing. It's so profound. It's made such a difference in my family's life. First of all, I have a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old. So I just teach my kids, hey, come here for a minute. They can touch their heart, or they can just shift into the heart. And by the way, this is great for parents. If you find yourself getting really frustrated, you're doing the dishes, something's happening, just come in and you do a couple what are called heart-focused breaths, where you just breathe a couple breaths in and out of your heart. And that will start to allow you to navigate big feelings. You can still feel them. We're not pushing them down. We're not pretending they're not there, but it allows you to actually healthily process the feelings so that we come back to a place of more calm, more peace, much faster. So it's a very healthy, these are tools that you can teach your children. They're based in science. There's hundreds of research studies around heart coherence, which is heart, brain, nervous system communication. And also I'll say that reading this book to your child before bed allows them to change these neural networks. So we hear about neuroplasticity only relating to the brain. The heart brain is how we really create new pathways for emotions. So during the day, things could have happened at school. Maybe they saw a scary image. At night, you can teach them to come back to this anchor of their heart and start to allow themselves to process these feelings.
Well,
so it's a wonderful thing to do
love
as
that.
a practice as a family with your child.
Yeah, I think
this
those
pajama,
are.
by the way, it's based again on my son. There's also a QR code for guided
love
audio
that, yeah.
meditation tracks.
That's
2 to 3
wonderful.
minutes.
I don't want to give away too much of the book. I definitely want people to be able to buy it. And I'm so sorry, Kimberly, we are running out of time, but I appreciate you joining us this morning. You said all the wonderful things that I would have asked you about anyway. So you just did a wonderful job of summarizing it, and people should definitely check out the book. Kimberly Snyder, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.